So we've got a bit of an update when it comes to the Asia Cup 2023. There is a continuing standoff between India and Pakistan. India have made it adamant that they are not going to travel to Pakistan for the games. However, there seems to be a sort of a compromise solution when it comes to India versus Pakistan in the Asia Cup. Remember, India, Pakistan, and one qualifying team, they are grouped together. Yet again, you're going to see India versus Pakistan potentially play each other three times. So, this is the current proposed formula that has been suggested. Sports Today carried that information, had that information about 4 days back. And the compromise solution is most of the games of the Asia Cup 2023 will be held in Pakistan. Okay, but the India games that will be played at a neutral venue. That is the latest update that we are getting, and Sports Today had this information earlier. Sports Today had earlier had that information that India's games in the Asia Cup 2023 will be held at neutral venues. Rest of the games in the Asia Cup will be played in Pakistan. Now, where will those neutral venues be? The suggestions are Oman, UAE, and there is also a very, very outlandish possibility that even England might host some of the games. Asia Cup in England seems to be a bit disjointed at this point in time, but the crowds that can come to England for watching an India versus Pakistan encounter will be massive. So, Oman, UAE, and if you look at it, England, these are the three options which have been presented. However, according to the information that we have got, the idea was discussed in the meeting that was held by the ACC about 4 days back. Pakistan was firm, and they had made it clear that they will host the Asia Cup. They made all the possible negotiations. Members of the ACC asked Pakistan to work on the idea and come back. So there is an idea of having few matches in Pakistan and India matches at some neutral venue. So Pakistan will have to work upon a particular formula to ensure that, okay, without any logistical problems, without any other kind of hassles, let most of the games happen in Pakistan, but let some of the games happen for India in UAE or Oman. Now remember, the tournament is being held in September. September is a period when you have to even look at the weather conditions, whether it is too hot in the UAE, whether the conditions will be friendly in UAE or Oman. When the ICC World T20 was held in 2021 in the UAE around September, October, at that time the weather conditions were favorable, and that is why the matches could be held with players being very, very comfortable. Incidentally, if you look at it, the UAE is the obvious choice. The UAE is the obvious choice for one reason, logistically, and also for traveling and for the time zone, it is very, very convenient. So UAE and Oman are the two neutral venues that has been considered. But at the same time, if you look at it, India is adamant. They will not tour Pakistan. And this situation has already escalated because see what happened when Jai Shah, the ACC president, had announced that India will not travel to Pakistan for the Asia Cup. Ramiz Raja, who was then the PCB chairman at that point in time, had clearly stated that they will withdraw from the tournament if it happens. The standoff intensified, and under the current PCB head Najam Sethi, this is the current progress that is happening. So for people who are joining us now at this point in time, there is a particular compromise formula when it comes to the Asia Cup. Let most of the games happen in Pakistan, but India games, they will happen at a neutral venue. The neutral venue, it will be either in the UAE or it will be Oman. There is an outlandish suggestion that maybe the Pakistan games can be held in England also. So that is one of the suggestions that's been given. Now you have to understand that India and Pakistan, whenever they have to travel for any kind of bilateral series, India, if they have to travel to Pakistan, they have to get the permission of the government, and the same applies for Pakistan. They have to take the permission of the government in order to tour because bilateral tensions are at an all-time low between India and Pakistan following the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks and subsequent Uri attacks and the Pulwama terror attacks in 2019 and 2016 respectively. So, India and Pakistan, if they have to tour and play each other in the respective countries, they need the permission of the government. If the government does not give them the permission, they cannot travel and tour. That is the current situation that is there. And this is why the current standoff has intensified, because India have made it aptly clear that they cannot travel to Pakistan because of security concerns, and Pakistan also cannot do the same. Although this will be tested during the ICC World Cup when Pakistan will have to come to India. So the current formula is that let the games happen in Pakistan, but most of the India games and all the India games will happen in neutral venues. So because India versus Pakistan can happen three times. Remember, it is the same structure as it was in 2022, the for Asia Cup. The teams will be in two groups. Top four will play in the Super Fours. The winner, the teams that top the Super Fours, they will play the final. So you're potentially looking at India versus Pakistan, not once, not twice, but three times. That can happen. In 2022, it happened twice. India could not make it to the final, and that is why it was Pakistan versus Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka emerged the winners as the six-time winners of the Asia Cup. And remember, this time it is going to be played in the ODI format because it's in preparation for the ODI World Cup that will be held in October, November. So this Asia Cup will be the ultimate preparation for both India, Pakistan, as well as Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and one of the qualifiers there. So it is going to be a very, very important tournament. It is the build-up for the ODI World Cup. So neutral venues for India, rest of the teams, they will play in Pakistan. That is the current situation because of the existing bilateral tensions that exist between India and Pakistan. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Today. Tap that bell icon so when we go live. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Thank you.